So Bhraj Bhas Bhash Deep Jiva Mila Pid Rana Bhana Shrana Ve Lapa Lupa Luthadinam Uddhavasya Vamano Vang Parinam. Vang Parinam.
Optionally,
So,
when Ang Pareni follows.
right. Optionally.
Yeah.
So Bhraj Dhatu Ni Ni Pranadav and Dip Dhatu Purvamat Ni Shri Drusru Kamibhyang Durvachanam. Oh Krishna.
Nishi Drusuk Mibang Puteshe. Nishi Drusuk Mibang Puteshe Kartari.
Ni Shri Drusru Kamibhyang Puteshe Kartari and Durvachanam. Then this current sutra Bhraj Bhasha Deep Jivamila Pida Rana Bhana Shana Ve Lupa Lapa Lupa Lutha Adina Uddhavasya Vamana Vang Parinam. So one time Vamana, so in that case
Abra Praj and Abra Praj, right?
So Narasya Vamanaha, of course Hari Khadgasya Hari Gavana, and then San Laghu Yukta Dhatu Akshara Parasya Sannamita Karyam Narasya Sannamita Karyam E, and so Trivikrama won't happen here as we discussed the last time.
Parasya Naralagos Trivikramaha.
That won't happen.
Nara isn't Lagu.
Yeah.
Because of Bhra.
So Abhibhrajat and one time Abhabhrajat. So even Sannamita Karya won't happen here because it's not Lagu.
Wait, but the Trivikrama did happen, right?
Where?
Looks like.
No. Because this E is already a Trivikrama. Satsangadi Purva Vamanapi Guruhu.
Yeah, but they did it.
Yeah, so that's what we discussed in the last class, huh? That it's a mistake here. Typo.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I remember that. Yeah. Okay.
So Abhibhrajat and Abhabhrajat.
Yeah.
Then Bhash Dhatuni, again the same thing. So Abhibhashat and Abhabhashat. So Uddhavasya Vamano Vang Parinam.
Yeah.
Vamano Vang Parinam. So At Dhatu Ni Uddhavaramasya Uddhavaramasya Trivikramo. Nrisinge Dip Sarveshwaradir Vishnundrat Prasanga Matri Durvachana.
Yeah.
Sarveshwaradir Vishnundrat, no, what was that? Sarveshwaradir Titu Nabadara Pradasya Bhagasya. So T and RT, then Nirharo Anidada Ramadhatuke, RT Tat. Sarveshwaraditya tu Satsangadi Navadara Varjasya Anya Bhagasya. Okay, what?
Satsangarina. We talked about this. I just don't remember.
Similarly, the change to Trivikrama by Sutra 591 doesn't take place in Ati Tat. This one, the Nara E.
Yeah, because it's followed by another E, which is coming from Ni.
Right. So the Nara is not followed by a syllable belonging to the Dhatu that is possessed of a Lagu.
Yeah.
Lagu
Yukta Dhatu Akshara.
So it means that Laghu Yukta should be like Sahaj, not like.
Yeah. Well, yeah, a Dhatu Akshara. So it should be Sahaja Akshara of the Dhatu.
Yeah, just one more thing. Like we were doing this Mishra Pad Prakriya today. I remember we were studying somewhere the reason why they are giving Mishra Pada Prakriya. Like we already had Parapada and Atmapada Prakriyas.
Yeah.
So till in Mishra Pada also, instead of giving just the Ubhayapadi Dhatus, they are also introducing some Parapadi and Atmapadi dhatus.
Yeah,
So we read the reason. I'm just not able to recall.
I don't remember. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I don't even remember reading a reason.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't
I
remember
think
that.
I remember you stated from some place that this is the reason why. Well, I think
Maybe I had
you.
read something and it just didn't stick, you know, it's been some time.
Hmm.
But yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
but
remember.
devotees were like, why such dhatus were not covered there itself, like Parapadi dhatus and Atmapadi dhatus.
I think it just means that they're kind of anomaly dhatus, you know? They do weird things. Like what is it? You know, patah pumnge is there. Like
Mm-hmm.
they just look very strange. I don't know. It must be there. Maybe in the first vritti in the big version of the Mishra Pada Prakriya.
Mm-hmm.
I can look and see
Yeah, maybe.
and look.
At least in this Madhyama, it's not the reason.
Yeah, but you know, they're cutting all the
Yeah,
details
it's
out for the
they
sake
do
of
not have Patha Punge also.
wow. Yeah. I mean, I guess it makes sense. Probably Lagu Siddhanta Kaumudi is like that also.
Uh-huh.
You know, I think probably all the exceptions are cut out of Lagu Siddhanta Kaumudi. I've never seen Madhyama Siddhanta Kaumudi or Madhya Siddhanta Kaumudi.
No, that's just Siddhanta Kaumudi, I believe.
No, there's a middle version also.
Oh,
And that's why they say this is like the Madhyama version instead of the Lagu version.
okay.
But I always wondered about that because the Madhyama version of Siddhanta Kaumudi has 2,000 sutras covered of the
Because
4,000.
in this, like in this intro, they write something like,
Yeah, there's also a Sara Siddhanta Kaumudi, which is like
Madhyama
700.
They say Madhyama Siddhanta Kaumudi also.
Yeah, but usually they just use Lagu and then go to Siddhanta Kaumudi. Those are the two famous ones. Sara isn't used really, and Madhyama isn't used either.
So it says Matsya's Madhyama version of Harinama Vyakan corresponds to Madhyama Siddhanta Kaumudi.
But it's weird because it has nearly, how many sutras are in this one?
Some 1200 something.
1,200. Yeah, that's how many are actually in Lagu Siddhanta Kaumudi. So I always wondered about that. But anyway, it doesn't matter. It's amazing what they've done.
Oh, it says that version is taught at VIH in Vrindavan. No,
Used to be. Yeah, it used
Oh,
to be.
really?
When they first made it, it's still on like the website, but they don't teach it anymore. The Sara Harinam Amrita, they called it something. Yeah, Harinam Amrita Vyakarana Sara, HNV Sara. But you know, they had the same problem. They didn't have teachers that could.
No, I even approached
They didn't have students.
I even approached the Mataji because she's my god sister, Prashanta Mataji.
Prashanta Mataji, yeah.
Yeah, so and we are like we know each other since years. So I was like,
she's funny.
She's
funny.
You must be knowing her because
I know her from the retreats. Yeah,
from the
runs the Govardhan retreats, and we would do service there.
Yeah,
she's very intense and also quite funny.
Yeah, so I approached her and I was like, why don't we teach Harinamamrita through VIH? So the same reason that it shouldn't be like sutra wise, just some topical presentation. And
yeah.
I'm like, okay.
I learned Sanskrit nicely without it, you know. Anyway, kya kare? Everyone who's deciding how we'll teach Sanskrit doesn't know Sanskrit. So then, you know, Krishna, isn't it though? Right, everyone who's making the decisions don't know Sanskrit. And there's no, this will be better. You don't even know Sanskrit. Why are you taking the decision?
Right. So
some Laukika Shabda, oh, that's hard. We shouldn't teach it like that because it's hard. You don't even have first-hand experience. You don't know.
That was hard.
I just feel strongly about it because I now have first-hand experience. You know, I did 1.5 years without it. And then in a month, I was like, wow, I'm moving so much faster. We crossed the Nama Prakarna in like 2 months. And I was thinking, oh my gosh, Prabhu, like, the amount of information I just learned, I felt like that was going to be another 5 years. to get that type of a concise understanding of declensions. You know, I was just thinking, oh, I'll just years and years of memorizing tables is coming. So, you know, it's nothing against it. There, it's just kind of innocence and ignorance. You know, you just don't know because you've never done it. So don't take the decision. ask the people who have done it. You know. But I guess, you know, because there's Western scholars and, you know, many people have learned Sanskrit the Western way.
Right.
And then they say, oh, this is better, but they also haven't done it. None of those people learned sutras because everyone who learned the sutras says this is the better way. You know, there's not one person who went through learning all the sutras and says, actually, this wasn't really necessary. And my understanding is pretty much the same as it would have been if I didn't do this. They become transformed and they're like, wow, this is how you actually learn Sanskrit.
I just say no if someone says me, teach me without sutras.
Yeah. We can do like a 6-month primer course, but we're not, you know, it's like.
I mean, even 6 months, if someone is giving, that's also sufficient. But everyone wants to learn Sanskrit like as a crash course in a week.
Yeah.
I must be a scholar.
That's why nobody knows Sanskrit.
The other day, one devotee in the other batch, he was like, he started arguing.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, it was intense. It was like first time with me.
Wow. About what?
And it was like, because we conduct exam there after like every interval or so. So we had decided that once we finish the whole Bhwadi Gana, including Parapada, Atmapada, and Mishrapada, so we'll conduct one exam. So our policy there is like I inform them like 2 weeks before that we'll have an exam after 2 weeks. And we are still studying. We have not yet completed it because we do not have that much time. You know, it's like institutional thing and all.
Yeah.
So, and we are already running late as per our schedule. So as soon as I said after 2 weeks we'll have exam, one devotee was like, Prabhu, you should follow your schedule, this and that.
Oh, he's saying let's not have an exam?
No, he was saying that you should give 2 weeks break, like no studies, so that we can prepare and then we can have exam.
Oh, he's saying you shouldn't follow the schedule.
You know, he's saying me that you're not following your own schedule, this and that. And I'm not following my schedule because of them, because they are like, everyone, they take their own time to cope up with things. So
yeah.
So it was intense.
Hey, it's also hard work, you know. I can sympathize. We also had to say, hey, you know, I need some time. You know, even this, you know, this little bit now with the holidays, still, I'm just making sure that I'm caught up and reviewing all the other stuff. So it's still, every bit of break time helps because it's not really
I just said that, okay, I'll just conduct a final exam when we complete Akhyata. And we'll give 2 months break. You just prepare and prepare.
Oh, before the exam.
Yeah, well, before the exam.
That's nice. As long as they practice, though.
So
as long as 2 months is a long time, you may forget everything if you're just like, oh, finally I'm done. I don't have to do that anymore.
So
yeah, that's a good idea.
Did you find something
with the
Ubhayapada thing? Mishrapada, sorry.
Let's see. Why is it doing this? This is annoying. Oh, okay. Almost there. Nothing there. Nothing there. No big
Nothing?
I don't really see. Yeah, I don't see any big vrittis or anything where there's not even very many amritas in the Mishrapada Prakriya.
Right.
Just little vrittis explaining, giving the forms like that.
Even means I studied 2 or 3 primers. Even the primers, they don't explain much about the Atmapada, Parapada, or the Ubhayapada thing.
No, primers, they're very brief, They just want, it's like a cursory understanding. Just so you're not totally bewildered, It was really useful for me. I mean, I like a good primer. And if there was one, I want to make one also. I think we should make one that's aimed towards the sutras because it's
Yeah.
really helpful. I mean,
Harinamavatyakan based.
I've had nothing but amazing fun doing this with you, Prabhu, because I had that basis and everything has been just immediately applicable for me, because I had that basic understanding of all of these concepts. And so it just goes right into my brain and is usable. Yeah, I don't see anything, at least not in the Mishrapada Prakriya, where anyone is explaining why. Maybe it's the sutra before. Let me just look at Sutra 613. But yeah, I don't have anything against primers. I have something against people saying that primers and then just reading will somehow make you as good as if you were to learn the sutras. That's where the problem to me is. They're useful. Reading is also useful, right? We have to read. Yeah, I don't see anything.
Okay. Yeah, then At Dhatu, we did this. I
Yeah,
think something is wrong here. It should be Artitat.
yeah.
Yeah, Artitat. Oh, actually, it's with the Ma. That's why.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Onri Apanayane. Onri. No. So, on Yuktani and yeah, Dip. Again, it's with Ma. That's why not Sarveshwara, Vishnu, Prasamatra.
Mm.
Neshidrusru and Sarveshwara Ditve tu. Yeah, Sarveshwara Ditve tu. Sutsangadi Navadaravasya Anyabhagasya. Okay. And then Oninath Nerharo. Oninath. Yeah. Vrit Dhatu. Looks like Vritu Vartane. Vritu Vartane.
Yeah.
So Ni. Okay. Vrit Yuktani. Why are we not doing Govinda here? 360.
Usually we don't when we apply ni and ang. Usually in almost all of them we haven't applied it. Maybe it's because ang is there. Like ang comes and ang blocks it.
But that comes like after Ni. So
Because the only thing that we apply is is the Udavaramasya Vishnindra Nrsimhe, because it's not blocked by Ishasya Govinda Vishnindra Kamsarishu. Every other time we wait and then we delete ni usually. If you look at all the other forms that we've done.
Why Govinda is not done?
I think it must be because ang is coming there. Unless it is unless we apply it and then we do a shashrid itta udavasyavamanaha. Remember that sutra? It comes in this section just before Lagu Yukta Tatokshara It might be that. I think actually in the Choradigana, the first one we did do that. We did that with Chur. So we make it chod and then ashashrit it udavasivamanaha when we have ni angpare ni. Maybe we can look back at that. So maybe they're just skipping that step. 784. 783. Kurali. No. Yeah.
What is that?
If you look at
Page?
Sutra, well, they don't have page numbers, but Sutra 782. That's where we do the Bhutesha form of Chud.
Okay.
Chud. And it describes
there's no page number there?
Can I look? I see my document doesn't have it listed. Page 350.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. To go up a little bit. Here, you see the one that's highlighted, actually. So they apply it, and then they apply ang, and then they apply this ashashrit udavasivamanaha and make chor back into chur. So I think that's it.
But still, they are at least one time they are doing this Lagudasa Govinda.
Yeah. So I'm saying that's what I think that's what they're doing, and maybe in this one they're just it's yeah, how to tell if maybe when they started doing them later they found out there was a different way of order of application.
Is it?
You know,
but
it would work here also.
Okay, if we do that way, like we make it Govinda, you know, like Lagudasa Govinda, so it becomes Vart Yuktani, and so then
the thing is though you can't do a Shashrit Udavasivamanaha on Ard because now you have Arama and Ararama. You can't turn Ard back into Ri. You could only turn Ri into Ri. I think there's some suspension in the order of operations because of Ang. Because all the way that we've done this, that's pretty much how they've done it with every dhatu. Like when we had Krit dhatu, Krit
Kartane.
Yeah. No, the Kirtana.
Right.
Yeah. Then when we had the option, what is that? Udava Rirama, Udava Sangha Sudida Surirva Ampare now. When we have the Lagu Ri, then they don't apply Govinda at all. I remember that. And I think with all of them it's like that, unless it's and because we can have Udavasari.
So here we have this Krit Dhatu, then Uddhava Ridvaya optionally becomes Ri when Ni, which is followed by Ang follows.
So look at how they do the Bhutesha.
Okay, so they are not applying that.
Well, they wait. Now they apply the difference. They don't apply it with the Udavari.
78, 71, 365. They're not doing it.
Yeah, and they just keep Achi Kritat, and then also on the other one, then they do Udavari Ramasyer and get Achikirtat. I think it must be because of Ang.
Okay, it says actually here, it talks of Vrita Dhatu, which we are doing. The change to Ri Rama prescribed in this rule is to block the change to Ir. that would otherwise take place by Uddhavari Rama Ser. But the change of Hri Rama to Sri Rama is to block Govinda and Vishnindra so that we will achieve Avivritat. Yeah, so the same thing you were telling.
But I don't understand. The change
Even
of Rama to it doesn't make sense. It's the same thing.
Sankshodhani also says, as Amrita explains above, the optional change of Hri Rama to Hri Rama.
Is that supposed to be a Trivikramari to a Vamanari, or is it Vamanari to Vamanari? That's what it's written as.
Both ways it's written. Hri Rama to Hri Rama and Hri Rama to Hri Rama. Because
But
it says Ridvaya se Rirva.
Oh,
Uddhava Ridvaya optionally becomes the Vamana Hri. So Ridvaya. Both Vamana and
but I don't understand why changing it to the same thing it was. Well, why would that block Govinda? Oh, because since you're doing, I get it. You do this change instead of Govinda.
Yeah. It's like yeah.
So then you can't do Govinda after that because you've already done
so
something to
it's
place
yeah,
that
specifically to block that thing.
Oh, that's really interesting.
It's like Yadav Matre Kamalam, something like that.
Yeah.
If we already have a Hari Kamala, so to block Hari Gada, we just keep it Hari Kamala.
That's interesting. Great. Wow, I'm so glad. I would have never figured that out. I was just speculating.
So because it blocks the Govinda, that would have... Yeah, so I was thinking the same, that why Vrit is not taking Govinda.
Yeah. And
So
that makes sense because we can't apply a Shashvrit. We can apply a Shashvrit Uddhavasivamanaha to every other thing except for the Rama, basically. And Li.
Yeah, Shasur, right?
Yeah. So all the other Sarveshwaras, we can do that too. And that's why with Chod, we did it. When we made Chod into Chod, then we could do a Shashvrit Uddhavasivamanaha and make it Urama again. But this we can't, so we need this other sutra. Wow, that's really good.
So yeah, that's why Vrit. And we get Avivritat. Narasya Durachanam Nararamasya. No, Narasya Arama, Narariramasya Aramaha. Laghu Yukta Dhatu Akshara Prasya Narasya Sannamitta Karyam. Nararamasya Rama Sani. And Tatparasya Laghu
Vikramaha.
Avivritat.
Avivritat. And then you get the option when it doesn't do that.
So we do Govinda here.
Yeah, wow. This is cool.
So Vart, Durachanam Sthanivat, and Narasya Aramaha, Riramasya Aramaha, and here we are not applying that Sannimitta Karyam because it's not Laghu here.
Yeah, Laghu Yukta Dhatvakshara Parasya. Yeah.
Satsanga. So Avavartat. Mrij, Dhatu Purmat, Ni Ang. Same thing here actually. So Amimrijat and Amamarjat. Why not? Why Trivikrama Amamarjat here?
Mrijair Vrishnendraha. So we always apply Mrijair Vrishnendraha.
Mrijair Vrishnendraha.
Yeah, we always apply Vrishnendra after Mrij.
And what about Ashasu Pridita Vamana? Ashasu Pridita Vamana.
Well, again, we can't apply that because it's odd.
Yeah.
And what anubandhas does Mrij have? Oh, Ush. Mrijush. Ashashvrid. Yeah, it's not an Uddhava because we have Marj. So there's no Uddhava, so we can't make. Yeah, that's what it is.
So ami mrijat and amamarjat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, one time Uddhava Sangyasya Ridvasya Rirva Angparinam. So one time it's just re becomes re, and another time when it doesn't become, then we apply Mrijir Vrishnendra.
Yeah,
Hmm.
this is really cool.
We are applying Mrijir Vrishnendra because ni is there, right? Or
Well, no, we always apply Mrjad Vishnendraha, but there's no way to block it because ni is there. Normally, it would be blocked if there was a Kamsari.
so if a Kansari is following, then it would get blocked, right?
Yeah, it gets blocked when a Kamsari is
Uh-huh.
following.
Okay,
But
so,
yeah.
mhm. So ni shwapa shayi. So swape sankarshana ni. Swapi takes sankarshana when ang follows. So shrub ni udhvaramasya swapi yuktadip dhatoh puramat ang. So swapi takes sankarshana when ang follows. So this
Mhm.
is swapi and ang. So it becomes va becomes u sankarshana sapara sarveshwara yavaranami uri ramadeshaha sankarshana sanya. And then laghudra govinda.
Mm-hmm. And then
Durachanam.
Ashashvarit Udavasivamana.
Yeah. I'm just considering, will Laghudra Govinda, can it be applied?
I mean, I suppose, yeah.
Okay, Laghudra Govinda, and then Ashasvrita Uddhavasya Vamana, Durachanam.
No, I think
Trivikrama.
that seems like a mistake on their part, actually.
Yeah.
I think you're right. I think because we applied.
Ashasvrita Uddhavasya Vamana. No. Sankarshana.
Yeah.
What could be done also, because it doesn't say that it has to be a Sahaj
Yeah.
Sarveshwara.
Yeah, I think it can be done.
So okay, oh, and then again Vamana, Durachanam, Nara, Nara, Laghuyukta Dhatu Akshara Parasya Samanatagana. What is that?
Durvachana? Tatar Durvachana Madaksha
No,
Sanangyamshu.
the Trivikrama.
Oh,
Tatparasya.
Tatparasya Naralagos Trivikramaha.
Trivikrama and Nerharo Asu Supat.
Yeah.
And then Shatovidhi Asu Shupat. Asu Shupat. Ishvara. Sha cha sa va vya vepabhyo yuk now. When ni follows, yuk is applied after the dhatus listed below. Shrotanukarane, cho chedane, shroantakarmani, ve spardhayam shabdacha, veng sanvarane, veng tantu santane, papane, pai shoshane. So yuk is applied. Sha cha sa va vya vepabhyo yuk now. Show Chaturvihantana Maramanta Patho Shive. Then Yuk by this sutra, Yuk now. We get Shai. Tip Shab Krishna Dhatuke and Dhatunat Suvenda Pratyay Ae Shaya Yati. Shaya Yati. Causing to sleep. Then we again Chaturvihantanam Ni Ho Nara Narayanayo Sankarshno Nam Dhatum Vina. Nara Narayana Sankarshno Nam Dhatum Vina. We don't have Nara yet, but still they're applying it here. Because I remember declining it in Adad, that third Gana. So in Adhokshara, we declined it.
Yeah, but
Juhava.
they're applying it because we are going to have Durvachana, right? Because of Ni.
Because of Ni?
Well, Ang Pare now,
No,
right?
because of Ang. Because of Ang, Durvachana.
Yeah,
happens.
because of Ang. That's what I meant to say.
I believe this sutra should be applied later in the same declension.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, they just did it a little weird because we can easily, you just put Ni and then you immediately, Nishri Drusuk Mi Banguteshe Kartari, you put Ang. And then you have it, and then you can apply.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
That makes
They just put it in a weird order.
right.
They may also be doing it because of that. What's that maxim that something you can treat something like it's going to become, basically?
Bhavini Bhutavad Upchara.
Yeah. I need to go back and memorize all of those. I'm feeling like on my second pass through, I'm going to memorize all those and do like a deeper dive into all of this like Antaranga, Bahiranga stuff. You know? But so, yeah, I think either way, it does seem like you're saying, it seems like it would be more sensible to just apply Ang and then do it.
Because Nara and Narayana
makes
should go.
No difference.
Yeah, you know? Should go together, Nara and Narayana.
Yeah.
So Sankarshana and then Antasya Vrishnindro au Av. Then Durvachanam Sthanivat. Then Uddhava becomes Vamana, Uddhava doesn't become Vamana. 621. This is
the one we just did.
Ghatadinam?
Is it?
No, Braja Bhasha Deepa.
Yeah, Braja Bhasha Deepa.
Jiva Mila Pida Rana Bhana. No, Rana Bhana Shrana Lapa Lupa Luthadinam.
Lapa Lupa Luthadinam.
Uddhavasya Vamana Vangparenam.
Uddhavasya Vamana Vangparenam.
So one time Vamana becomes Hav, Hasya Jo Narasya, Trivikrama Tatparasya Nara Lagos Trivikrama, and Aju Havat.
Yeah, and then when the other one, we can't do it because we have a it's not Lagu. Tatparasya. What is it?
Which one?
Lagu Ranamasya Ramasani Tatparasya Nara Lagos Trivikrama.
Can't be applied in the second one.
Yeah, we can't apply it, right?
No.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I was just thinking that, like that Braja Bhasha Deepa Jiva, that sutra, so it says Uddhavasya Vamano Vangpareno. That Uddhava becomes Vamana. But Uddhava becomes Vamana by Ashas Hridita Uddhavasya Vamana. No, that's a different thing.
No. Yeah, that's different. Okay, that comes after, right?
So Ajuhavat. Ajuhavat and Ajuhavat.
Can we pause here, Prabhu?
Yeah.
Okay. And great. I'm so glad we figured out that thing with Vrit and with Krit also.
Yeah, that was a fine detail though.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm really glad that we found that, because I would have been doing it wrong the whole time. Over and over, drilling it into my brain the wrong way.
I'm just wondering that when I was studying, we were not told anything, literally.
Yeah.
And we had to figure out things like, Oyo, on our own, or on your own.
Oyo.
Yeah, on it's like on your own.
Yeah.
On your own.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, this was nice. Okay, I'm definitely back now though, so every day I'll be here. Yeah. I'm sorry again about that,
No,
so I didn't expect it, but now there's
We
no.
can start like my time 8:45 p.m. also. Like
Okay, what time is that for me? Hang on.
so I'm like
That's
ready.
15 minutes later than we've been doing, you're saying?
Yeah, generally we start at my 9,
Okay, so
but we
15
can
minutes
like
earlier.
we can start
Okay,
that time.
yeah, I'm fine with that.
Hmm.